Thanks for joining me here. Thanks for joining English Templar today. Let's talk about your health, your fitness, and let's cut through the bullshit on the internet and let's cut through the bullshit and let's talk about the truth of health and fitness and bodybuilding. And let's tell the truth about how to get to a decent, healthy state. I'm just looking online at some of the ridiculous videos that talk about get abs in 1 week or get results in a crazy short time or how to get back into shape in a few months or becoming some incredibly strong and fit individual from the position of being one out of shape piece of shit who's let themselves go over a considerable number of years, or maybe you've never fucking bothered to exercise and you want to be in shape because you're finally fucking fed up of feeling like a piece of shit, looking like a piece of shit, and being a fucking piece of shit. So, to cut straight to it, there is a lot of shit online where people will tell you you can achieve XYZ in a really short amount of time, and they're going to show you just exactly how to do it. They're going to give you the routines, they're going to give you a specific diet, yet they don't know you as an individual. They don't know your situation, your physical condition, what issues you may have physically, what impairments you may need to overcome, and basically a tailored program that's going to help you get from zero to fucking hero. But here's the big issue for a lot of guys out there, and this is something many people don't focus on. They don't understand, and many people just nod their head when they're told and just let it fucking wash over them. So the biggest problem you all face is testosterone levels. Today, and this is an undeniable fact, there's plenty of research out there to prove this, many studies done by many different qualified professionals that really show testosterone levels in men are declining horribly over the past decade particularly. And this comes down to chemicals in food, chemicals in till receipts, chemicals in personal hygiene products, plastic packaging in the foods that you buy, drinking out of fucking plastic bottles of fizzy pop that you buy. All these mainstream fizzy bottles, it's just poisoning you with plastic, poisoning you with synthetic hormones and all the plastic chemicals which leach into the drink which you're consuming. But no, these health experts who push their bullshit, YouTube and other channels, they're not talking to you about that. They're just telling you, I know how to get in shape. Here's a picture of someone who is out of shape, and here's a picture of someone who is in shape, and giving you some ridiculous timeline like 6 weeks to get in shape. Well, it isn't so. So, back to where we were with testosterone, that many men, and I've seen it online, somebody 25 years old, many guys in their 20s who've actually got low testosterone. And this is due to the environmental factors around them, the things they've been consuming, the food they've been eating, the personal hygiene products that they've been using. So one of the first things that I did was go to a TRT clinic here in England and actually get my blood work done. And much to my surprise, at 45 years old, 43 when I started training again, my testosterone was actually low. I had a general feeling of a lack of energy, a lack of motivation, a lack of mental focus. And really within around about a week of being on TRT, I could notice the difference in general mood and my focus, my feeling of energy, my feeling of motivation massively changed. And actually I started to feel much like I did when I was in my 20s, maybe better. Certainly I'm in better shape than I was when I was in my 20s, so that's another thing. I think most people seem to think that, oh, hey, I'm in my mid-30s, I'm in my 40s, or getting into my mid-40s, and you know what? Feeling shit must just be a way of life, and that's just what happens to you. Well, no, motherfucker. That isn't what happens to you. That is the situation of you're eating shit, you're living like shit. The fucking food you're consuming is full of toxic pesticides that are actually slowly killing you and giving you brain fog. So day by day you're feeling worse. And should it really be any surprise, because what you put into your body is what you are. So if you eat shit, you're going to look like shit and you're going to feel like shit. I do hear a lot of people who say, hey, I train, but, I'm not really that good on my diet. I could eat better. And they just don't have the focus to sort their diet out. So one of the primary things is getting your testosterone levels checked. You can use some natural supplementation, things like Tonkat Ali is actually a reasonably good product which you can buy, organic Tonkat Ali, which can naturally increase your testosterone. Certainly getting all of the toxins out of your body, the toxins in your food, that can help to some degree, but for some people it really is going to be going on to testosterone replacement therapy. That's going to be intramuscular injections of testosterone through a clinician, supervised by a medical professional, all provided legally and on prescription here in the United Kingdom. But here's the trick. You're not going to fucking get this through the NHS, because they really don't give a fuck about you or your testosterone levels. They don't care about your fucking health. I've spoken to guys personally who've tried to go down the route of getting TRT on the NHS, and they get fucking TRT cream, which you fucking rub onto your body. And anyway, the experience is that it really does very little, and you'll find that they often want to take you off the cream so that they can see how you are, which is fucking crazy. You're in a position of your testosterone is low and you're taking an exogenous source of testosterone, perhaps cream, which I must say is shit. This is why you have intramuscular oil-based testosterone, which really is the way to go for TRT. There's no other way. When I went on to TRT, fuck cream. I said to the clinician, it's straight onto the intramuscular injections, which makes such a fucking difference. So the cost of the testosterone through a decent clinic, they'll actually write you a prescription, and sometimes they'll recommend a specific pharmacy that you can go to, or you can go to pharmacies and see if you can source it for the best possible price. But what I'm paying is £35 for 10 weeks of testosterone. So £3 fucking 50 per week. So if you can't be bothered to spend £3 fucking pounds 50 on your health and your mental well-being, well, you've got no fucking hope. You really haven't. I'm sorry, but that's just how it is. So what I say to you if you're in that situation is man the fuck up and actually be fucking accountable for your own life. It's your life, it's your health, and probably actually the health and well-being of your family. So, if you can't be bothered to spend $3.50 a week to actually be a better man, to be stronger, to be healthier, then you'll see the difference on TRT. You'll feel it within a day or two, and over the months you'll really see the difference. But here's the thing: if your testosterone levels aren't correct, then training is going to be an uphill battle. You're not going to feel the motivation. You're not going to feel the fucking energy. Even if you don't exercise, you're going to increase muscle mass at a ratio of 5% above another male who isn't on increased testosterone. So, but the effects that testosterone replacement will have on you when you are training and when you are eating right, it's actually really, really incredible. So I recommend, guys, if you're, in that place where, you feel a lack of motivation, you feel beaten down, you feel physically and mentally tired, well, you're in that place of a lack of motivation, you feel physically and mentally tired, you've got no energy, you've got no strength, then really going to get your testosterone levels checked. And you can do this with your general practitioner through the NHS. Wow, you can fucking get something from the NHS which is useful. Yeah. Stunning, I know. But you can speak to your doctor. Just tell them you believe you've got low testosterone. You can look at the symptoms online for low testosterone and see which ones you've got and explain those to your doctor. And explain that you need a blood test to get your testosterone levels checked. What I would say, because many times, the NHS have pushed and overworked and understaffed. So, I've spoken to guys who've gone for their blood tests and, they've shown me their bloods and said, hey, can you have a look and tell me? And it's like, bro, this is just a fucking blood work. They're checking your full blood count, but it doesn't even have your testosterone levels on there. So the point I'm making is when you go for your bloods and you've got your sleeve rolled up and the nurse is going to draw the blood from you, you need to check, hey, what are we testing for today? And it's going to be a full blood count. That's the primary, to make sure you're in good health and you've got no medical issues before you get onto TRT. But you need to check for free testosterone, total testosterone, luteinizing hormone and follicle stimulating hormone, as well as you can include estrogen and progesterone to understand those levels as well. So you'll get your blood work back within a few days, and you can then provide that blood work to a clinic, to a skilled endocrinologist or testosterone replacement clinician, and they'll be able to look at your bloods and tell you with your free testosterone level whether your levels are high or low. Now the sad thing is, I've talked to bodybuilders, guys who've been professional, they're older, maybe a similar or older age than myself, and they say, hey, I've been thinking about TRT, but I went to a doctor and they did my bloods and they said everything's normal, so that's just great. And it's like, well, not fucking really, because the normal levels, and here's the fucking joke of it, the normal levels within the NHS vary from county to county. So whether you live in Norfolk or Hampshire or Sussex or a London borough, normal levels will vary across the country. And what you'll find is their normal levels can be, in the fucking toilet low, and they'll tell you it's normal. There's no action required. And you can just carry on being a fucking beaten down, worn out, no energy piece of shit for the rest of your life. We don't fucking care. But you go to a clinician, you go to a testosterone replacement clinic, they'll look at your bloods, and it really isn't a case of, with a decent clinic, that we just want to sell you TRT replacement. It's the fact that you're dealing with an endocrinologist who knows what they're talking about with hormone levels, particularly testosterone for men, and they'll actually, through their experience, be able to advise you that your testosterone is low and getting on TRT is going to massively improve your life, which I can honestly say for myself, it really has improved my life. It's given me the focus of mind, the energy to actually move forward. But, it doesn't just take hopping on TRT. You've got to have the mindset, you've got to be focused. you need to have that drive, and you need to have the ambition to actually achieve. So that's the real primary thing. So looking at your hormone levels really is the very first thing you should be looking at, whether you're in your 20s, 30s, 40s, and particularly above. Testosterone declines in men as we age. Who can say if it's just through the environment that we live in these days? So who can say if it's just through the environment that we live in these days as to declining testosterone? But it's likely safe to say that particularly as you age, as decades pass, testosterone does decrease, whether that's through external environmental factors actually lowering your testosterone, or whether it's that and the things such as female hormones in food, products, leaching into the food, leaching into the drinks that you buy. None of these things help. In fact, these things are really, really detrimental. So, sort your hormones out. Get that checked out first. Then, once you've done that, it's a case of focusing on actually sorting your diet out. You know, I've trained before, years and years ago, and, you know, understanding the principles that, you know, more smaller meals are better for you than just a few large meals, but, you know, having a minimum of 5 or 6 meals a day and understanding, you know, what you need individually for yourself, that's something you kind of have to work out over the time that you're going to be training. So to briefly surmise where you need to be with your diet, it's eating really clean. If you can afford it, it's eating organic. Hey, even if you have to reduce the amount of food you buy to be able to afford the organic food, that's going to be better for you. I used to buy a fair amount of organic food and think, hey, I'm just so fucking healthy because I'm eating organic, and anything that's organic is just alright because it's all organic, so it's got to be good for me, right? Well, not fucking really. You know, buying stuff like organic biscuits, organic snack bars and organic crisps, it's still shit. It's still shit food that isn't going to help you on your journey to health. So focusing on just simple foods, simple mueslis and oats and such like for breakfast, eggs for protein with that, and focusing on clean carbs such as sweet potato, whole grain rice, and lean meats, so preferably 5% fat. Minced beef is great. Personally, I don't eat loads of steaks. It's very rare because the cost of decent steak these days is pretty expensive, and unless you can afford these things, you don't need it. So yeah, I would just focus on cheaper things like organic mince. One point to make is nothing builds muscle like red meat. So eating bacon, but make sure that the bacon you're eating is free from the preservatives like sodium nitrate and potassium nitrate, because these things are carcinogenic. And you know, the joke of it is you can buy some organic mainstream brands which you know, I won't specifically name the brand, but it's with a major supermarket chain who's up the posher end of supermarkets, who have their royal their royal organic food, which is pretty royally shit if you ask me. Tasteless produce and bacon that's organic, but it's going to give you fucking cancer because it's got potassium nitrate and sodium nitrate. Or sodium nitrate and potassium nitrate. But you get what I'm talking about. So going for cheaper things like even tuna chunks, it's going to give you the protein you need, and it's really lean, and it's going to help you shed fat and build muscle. Here's another point to focus on. Things like seed oils are designed to fucking poison you. They're designed to make you weak. They're designed to lower testosterone. You might laugh, or you might think, oh, hey, how can these things be true? But, you know, there's a reason these things are in the food, and it is to debilitate you and make you weak and subordinate. So don't eat these things. Actually things like lard and dripping are far better to cook your food in. Olive oil, of course, as well as things like avocado oil. But personally, I do like to use lard and dripping for cooking. That's absolutely fine. But do avoid things like rapeseed oil and sunflower oil. Preferably stick to stuff like the avocado oil, the olive oil, and animal fats. The thing is, your body can use animal fats far more readily than it can carbohydrates. So my diet, particularly when I've been getting leaner, looks like breakfast time, muesli or granola, with protein shake, raw eggs and banana. So it's like a banana milkshake. Then for brunch, it's going to be 3 rashers of bacon and 4 poached eggs. A really important point on eggs is don't fry them and don't scramble them, because the more you heat the eggs, what you're doing is you're actually destroying the good cholesterol and leaving yourself with just bad cholesterol. So you're destroying the HDL and just leaving LDL in the egg. So poach your eggs if you can there. Then on to lunch, I would have rice with whatever lean meats, lean beef or chicken, and plenty of vegetables. Mid-afternoon, 4 or 5 o'clock, that's going to be the same kind of meal. If you're really looking to lose weight, then drop out the carbs from your meals after lunchtime. So you'd have the muesli and stuff for breakfast with the eggs for protein. Again, if you haven't trained or you're just really trying to drop your weight, don't have any carbs, don't have any decent bread with your brunch, with your egg and your bacon. Just have egg and bacon. You'll be able to get energy off the animal fat and that, and all the carbohydrates in the egg will also give you energy. Lunchtime, just have rice or sweet potato for the carbohydrates, but then for the rest of the day, it is no carbs to really, really strip away the fat. So again, you'd have your 5 p.m. meal being lean meats and vegetables, and for your evening meal, preferably nothing later than 8 p.m. so you're digesting it before you go to sleep. Just protein and vegetables. So meat, fish, chicken, or even just yogurt. Really high protein yogurt and really low fat, of course. There is stuff out there, so find that, and that's going to be what really helps you. On to training, it's as much a case of where are you physically. Do you need to build a lot of muscle to get in shape, or are you just looking to lose fat immediately? If you're looking to lose fat, doing more high intensity workout is going to really strip away some fat. So that's really a roundabout summary of the things you need to focus on when you're looking to get back into decent health. There's a lot of people out there who will just tell you how to focus on the training, tell you that you're going to be able to look ripped in 6 weeks, which is bullshit. If you're out of shape, that's been fucking years that you've been out of shape. You really think that you're going to strip that away in 6 weeks, but it doesn't matter. If it takes 12 months, it takes 12 months. If it takes 24 months, then it's for the rest of your life. And once you get back into shape, it's just a case of maintaining where you are and living a healthy lifestyle. and you're going to carry that through with you to your old age. The thing is, it isn't about just being in shape, it's about actually having a healthy body gives you a healthy mind. So this is one of the main things which the system doesn't want you to have. They don't want you to be healthy, they don't want you to be fit and strong, they don't want you to be mentally focused and sharp. They would rather you have no fucking energy. You sit there and watch your Netflix or your shit on the BBC and you just sit and rot. That's really the fucking truth of the matter, that the system doesn't give a shit about you. Nobody gives a fuck about you. As much as they say they do, it's bullshit. All the advice is bullshit. All the healthy eating, 5 fruits a day, 5 veg a day, 105 a day, and all of that shit. Fucking crock of shit. If anything, it's let's take the pesticides on all the vegetables and fruits and let's mix them together, because when you have plenty of different pesticides and you put them together, it's a fucking chemical cocktail, which is a huge number of times worse for you than just the one pesticide. So that's a real important point, to avoid all these pesticides on conventional foods and do everything you can to eat organic. These are some of the things you really need to focus on if you want to get in shape. So as we go forward with this series, I'm going to be talking to you about specific areas that will help you get back into shape, will help you get back into a decent physical and mental condition, be fit and strong and healthy, both in your body and in your mind, because you need to do this for yourself. You also need to do this for your family and those around you, so that you can look after people and be strong, rather than just being some weak piece of shit that just consumes and sits there watching all the shit that's just going to program you. So that's another point of turning off your TV, actually bothering to read, actually bothering to learn things, learning about bodybuilding, learning about your health. If you've got physical issues, there's plenty of natural remedies out there that can help you recover from this. And if you actually bother to read, then you're going to learn. You're going to be able to overcome these issues that you're facing, and you're going to be able to get fit and strong and healthy, and you're going to have a sharper mind to be able to actually take care of yourself and your family, and to be able to generate more wealth. So thanks for listening today. Subscribe and like as always. I hope to see you on the next episode. Thanks for watching.